So this morning's message came from Philippians 2 and 5, and it talked about having an attitude like Jesus. And in order to have an attitude like Jesus, we have to have a sense of humility. And a lot of us operate from a place of pride. We do things because of, we react because of, we said this because of, and all of it can pretty much stem from pride. Because I had a dream last night, and in this dream, there's somebody that's real close to me that everything that they seem to do that I can tell is coming from their things about them that they need to work on or they may need to change. I get easily annoyed. And I have to realize that I need to have a conversation with that person and stop waiting until I'm upset. Because when I'm upset, I react instead of responding. And if I have a conversation with them because they're doing it because they probably just feel like, oh, she must be agitated right now. She must be angry about something else. As opposed to them seeing it as what they're doing is the problem and not realizing that every time that happens, I speak out. So I have to figure out a place to just have a conversation with them and ask them to stop. You have to teach people how to treat you. You have to show a little bit of humility and put your pride to the side and just talk to them. Because you're expecting someone to treat you in a way that's different, and they don't know anything about it because they know the person that you were, not the person that you are. And who you are today, you need them to react and speak with you, handle you a little bit different. And we got to put pride to the side because pride is ruining a lot of our lives and the sticker that in the way that people want to interact with us and the people that come around us. We have to stop operating from a place of pride. And another thing that's been coming to me, I watched 3 videos on it last night. I prayed about it this morning, and then the first video I watched this morning, the sermon that I watched this morning was about the same thing, and it's preparation. God is preparing us for something that's up ahead. If you're getting these messages, take heed to it. Ask Him specifically to tell you what you should be doing. He may not reveal to you what it's going to be, but if He's putting you in a place of preparation, take heed of that. Because I've already noticed, like in one of those videos, a lot of the things that they were saying, those things came to me months ago, and I couldn't figure out why was I researching these things or studying these things. I thought of it for different reasons, and that's not where God wanted me to go with it. So that's why He kind of took it away, because either I wasn't ready or I wasn't asking Him. I wasn't seeking His guidance in it. So He kind of took that out of my mind. But also a part of that was increasing the supplements that we're taking. And I've already started doing that. Like I'm taking 10 pills in the morning, and 6 of those are supplements. I still have to take my mandatory pills that I have to take every morning for my allergies and for my tummy issues, but I've also increased the supplements that I take. And that was a part of one of these videos that I was watching. So be mindful and take note of what you're hearing in terms of preparation, and seek wise counsel, and also ask from God for Him to give you direction on it. Confirm it with God. Everything that we're being told and every thought that we have to get into a habit of confirming that with God, as opposed to just moving on our own accord. So I'll leave that with you all. Let's think about humility and preparation today, and be sure that we are moving and operating from an attitude like Jesus, and not from one that is opposed to Him and that's coming from a dark place. Be surrounded by the light, be covered by the light, and walk in the light. Y'all have a blessed day. Hey y'all, so for the past couple of years, I've been, everybody has a resolution every year, but instead of it being a resolution for me, it's been a goal. For the past maybe 2 years, at the beginning of the year, I always tell myself that I want to work on discipline and consistency, because those are the biggest things that I feel like I fail at, because I'll get started on something and then I won't complete it. I'll get bored midway through, or I get distracted, and I'll never pick it back up again. So I wanted to focus on having discipline and being consistent and actually completing some things. But what I'm realizing as I'm on my journey and strengthening my relationship with Christ, the biggest thing that I have to have is discipline. And discipline it's necessary in order to continue through this process, because you're going to have thoughts that you're going to, things are going to cross your mind that you want to do, or places you want to go, and then you're going to realize that I can't do that anymore. I can't go there anymore. I can't react like this anymore. I have to change this behavior, and all of this takes discipline. And it ties into anything that you want to have in life, or anything that you want to accomplish, any type of goals that you want to accomplish, whether you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to save money. All of those things require you to have discipline. So what in your life, or do you feel like you're a disciplined person, or what in your life do you need to change for you to become more disciplined? What do you need to do in order to stay more disciplined? How do you have discipline in your life? And the biggest thing that I do, I have to make a plan. I have to write it down. I have to set a schedule. I gotta have a timeline. I gotta see it. I gotta understand it and know what I'm doing every day, because the minute that I don't know what I'm doing or have a plan for it, or I'm just sitting there like, what's next, I'm probably gonna fall off. And when it comes to God, I cannot fall off. So that means I have to have intentional time that I set apart to have with Him. And right now I have 2 solid times that I do, and I'm really trying to have that third hour as well. We have 24 hours in a day. We need 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and then we're working 8 to 9 hours. But for me, I'll factor it up to 10, because it takes an hour for me to get, 40 minutes for me to get to work in the morning, and an hour for me to get home in the evening. So that's 10 hours. So if we add up all those days, we still have to put in that intentional time with God, and it's going to take discipline. But in order to live His way and live according to how He has designed for you, you're going to have to be intentional and get in your word and pray. Prayer, and of course fasting. Always good for a good old fasting. Turn down your plate. Fasting is not just stepping away from social media or stepping away from this. It entails turning down your plate. You have to turn down your plate. And I already intermittent fast anyway, and I only eat between 12 and 8, but when I really need to hear from Him, I change those hours. I need to hear and it takes discipline for me to do it. So that's the word of the day, discipline. Because in order for you to accomplish anything, and also to strengthen your relationship with God, you're going to have to strengthen that area of discipline. So yeah,